Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome all. So there'll be other people who may be coming in and out during the hour. But quick introduction. I'm Dr. Jeff Bullock, and I am the founder and CEO for PRISM AI Consultants. PRISM stands for Positivity, Resilience, Innovation, Service, Mastery. What we do is we help people reach their potential through the power of AI. We coach people on different AI tools and how to use those tools for practical use cases so that they can reach their goals. Lickety split. It's a million tools, and knowing how to use each one is difficult. So that's what we do here. And today we will be focusing on AI music. So Sunno AI, we'll talk about that. We'll go over some GPTs, right? So GPTs are specialized versions of ChatGPT. We'll talk about Claude 3 in this hour because there are a lot of use. Over the past, I would say 2 weeks, I've been using Claude. Claude is another large language model by company Anthropic, who is partnered with Google, with Amazon. And they've had some pretty good use cases. So we're going to use that. And then I'll open the floor up for questions and answers. So with that being said, well, I will start. So that's the agenda. But is there anything in particular, Natasha or Orlando, that you would like to talk about? Tasha, actually, could you introduce yourself, and then Orlando, a quick introduction, and then we can, if you have any questions.
Hi, my name is Natasha. I don't know what do you want me to tell them about introduction?
Yeah,
Just
just tell them about, like, why you're right. I should probably say like what you should. So so what you do, what your interest is in AI and why. So that I think that will be like and where you're from too, because we're all over
okay.
the country here too, and actually the world. There may be some people from different countries that join. So if you could kind of share that part as well.
Sure. So my name's Natasha. I am born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Woo-hoo.
Looking to move down south sometime within the next 12 to 24 months. I joined Prism AI just to learn more information. I'm a little bit familiar with how AI works, at least with ChatGPT. I have a financial consulting and financial literacy business, and I offer credit repair services. So I'm looking to, and I am actually using the services through Prism currently, just to looking to get my startup business up and running, see how I can incorporate AI for operations and different things, to help scale my business and, you know, take advantage of this market that we're in currently, with AI being one of the big money makers. So that's really it.
Awesome. Thank you, Tasha. And thank
You're
you for
welcome.
saying like what your business is, because also one of the reasons for me having the school.com community was a place where not only my clients can meet other people, but like people outside in the community, we can just fellowship and collaborate and share best practices and ideas and network. So Hope Financial Solutions to help you with your credit and financial literacy and wellness. So thank you, Natasha.
You're welcome.
How about you, Orlando? Are you able to go next? I don't know if you were able to actually speak or not. Okay. So while we're waiting to see that, Corey, how about you? Are you able to speak? If you are
Can you hear
speaking,
me?
yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
What's going on, man? How you doing? My name
Well,
is
doing well.
Corey, Dr. Corey Anderson. I am a well, like Jeff here, I'm a serial entrepreneur. And we've spoken about this at length at times. But at the moment I am a pharmacist, and I have a small trucking company, and I am looking to use AI to see how I can further myself in those two businesses, as well as real estate. I'm in the process of getting a home appraiser's license, certification and license. I'm a trainee at the moment, but also AI has been shown to, as we know, prove useful in all areas and all disciplines. Like Jeff said, actually told me a while ago, it's taken up like 85% of the market at this point. And I'm trying to actually figure out how I can implement that in home appraisals as well. That's the main focus.
Outstanding. Thank you, Dr. Anderson. I do appreciate it. So, pharmacist,
Hi, Jeff.
real
I'm here.
estate fucking. Orlando, yes, you're over to speak. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hello, everybody. My apologies. I was on another call, but I wanted to sign in at noon to get ready with the meeting. But I'm Orlando Hughes. I'm the president of KRSB Network Incorporated. And what KRSB is a mobile media sports radio broadcast company specifically designed for the HBCU realm. What we do is we broadcast anytime, any place, any play mobile media to basically your mobile devices, which is everything nowadays. And what we're trying to do is reconnect the HBCU world to the HBCU audience. Jeff and I spoke last week, but I met him a couple of weeks ago, and I love what he's doing. And similar to what was echoed by the two previous speakers, AI is everything. And I'm dabbling in AI and want to learn as much as I can and network with folks. And I'm always down for someone that's starting a black business and a business that makes sense, if that's the case.
Absolute. Thank you so much, Orlando. I just put a link in the chat. It's a YouTube video. It actually has this is an interview recently with Mark Cuban and Lex Friedman. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar who Lex Friedman is. You know, Mark Cuban, the owner of the Mavs, serial entrepreneur, and then Lex Friedman is a podcast interviewer. But the reason why I put this in here specifically for you, Orlando, was like it talks about Mark's journey. And I don't know if everybody's familiar with Mark Cuban and how he got his money. But he essentially, like, his first thing he did was he started a computer shop, software company, and then he sold that. And then the next thing, the thing that made him a billionaire was the play that he did when he created streaming. Essentially, his company was the first one to do free streaming, and it started with radio, specifically Dallas radio, and the rest of the world was trying to get it, and then came streaming, and then the rest is history, right? So from what what you do, Orlando, and your dream and vision with HBCUs, it's as you see it, like directly kind of like linked to what Mark did, and then as we enter in this new technological space, hopefully a similar thing can happen to where you become a billionaire based off this idea. So I just shared that in for everybody to look at. It's a pretty cool video. So thank you everybody for joining. I will go over the itinerary for today's session again. So first we're going to talk about Sunno AI. So that's the music generation. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but that's what we'll start with. When we talk about AI, there's lots of different types of AI. At PRISM, we focus on generative AI, right? So with automation, because whenever we talk about AI, a lot of people deal with automation a lot. That is not necessarily AI. There are some pieces of automation that are, but when you think automation, don't automatically think AI. Anyway, that is not what we focus on at PRISM. We can definitely teach you and coach you and give you some tips, but the real focus is generative AI. So that is with text, and with text, the generative AI would be large language models. The ones we focus on specifically, ChatGPT, Claude 3, and then Google's Gemini 1.5, because those ones are strong enough to do advanced reasoning. Okay, so that's the paid version of ChatGPT. With Claude, the paid version Opus is stronger, but even with the free version, you can get a high level of reasoning, which is not the case with the free version of ChatGPT. So that's a rather new that is a rather new update, I would say, within the past 3 weeks. And then with Gemini 1.5, that's the weakest, I believe, I would say, in my opinion, of all three of them. However, it does have some emerging new capabilities that it's able to do. Like, for example, you can put a video in there, and it can actually take out pieces. It'll be able to let you know what was in the video, which is right now that's the only model that I know can do that. Everything else is with pictures. But that's not, we'll be talking about that again in another day. I just wanted to kind of give an example of what generative AI with the large language models. Then you have generative AI with images, right? So, and just in general, whenever you say generative AI, what you want to think is the final result was achieved because the AI model had a whole bunch of training data beforehand. So training data, so you think generative AI, you want to think training data. So with text and large language models, it had a whole bunch of text, the internet, to be trained on. Therefore, when we prompt it, that's how we're able to get these responses. That's what the large language models think in text. Then you have the images, similar situation. So the images, no matter what model you use, it was trained on a whole bunch of different images. That's why whenever you say, give me this in the style of this or give me this in the style of that, it's able to do that because it was trained on a whole bunch of different images in those different styles. So it's not pulling it from the internet when you ask for a picture. It's actually creating one based off its training data. That's the images. I will give you my recommendations for images right now is DALL-E, DALLE. That's the ChatGPT one, and Ideogram AI. Okay. And real quick, I'll share my screen, just jump into that before we get into the music. Just to kind of do a quick overview. So Ideogram AI, this is my #1 go-to for realistic images right now. This stuff changes like so fast, almost week to week, but definitely hands down right now, this is a free program, but Ideogram AI is the best one to use for actual images, like a realistic image. So let me see if I can get my history. Okay, yeah. You get 25 prompts a day for free. And here is for a client that I have who is a nursing. She's a coach, and she does for nursing students. So these are the images that we use for her nursing students. I try to do it with ChatGPT, and with ChatGPT, you just get images that don't look as realistic. They look kind of more AI like. This was an excellent picture for like a group of nursing students. So if you think about your own, the reason why I'm doing this is because like everybody on here has businesses. So if you think about your own business and how you can use it from a marketing standpoint, you can just put it in there, whatever you want to see. If you want something realistic, if you want something that's more creative, then you can use any of the image models. But once again, how it works is it was trained on a whole bunch of stuff, and then when you prompt it, it pulls from the training data. But Ideogram AI is definitely a strong one right now, and it gets the words right too. All right. So then when stop. Go ahead.
Sorry, may I ask a question?
Yeah.
Just about the sizing. Whenever you're doing the images, do you have the ability to change or put in specifically what size you want the image to be, like depending on where you're going to be
Yes,
using it?
yep, you can. I will say that I think that's the paid feature.
Okay.
But you can
Jeff,
resize as well. Go ahead.
Thank you.
no, and you show me this, and I've been you owe me a Saturday worth of my day because I've signed up for the paid version, and to answer the young lady's question, it's dynamic what it's done because I have a couple of other ideas in my head that I needed a logo for, and I literally did it, and it was amazing. The ability to, because it will give you the image in the paid version, but you can go in and you can make slight edits to that image, and it'll give you, oh, don't quote me on this, but several other additional images to the one that it presented to you at first. So I'm amazed by this, and for the cost monthly, it's definitely doable.
How much is it?
It's like $6 a month.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
it's less than 10. I couldn't remember
yeah.
exactly how much it was though. But yeah, and that's another. Thank you so much for that, Orlando. I
Yes,
really
thank you.
Another call out though with these AI tools. So one of the things that we do at Prism is we're very, very cost conscious, right? So when you think about a business or a startup, expenses will come at you quick. And in the beginning, a lot of times you're a solopreneur, so you're by yourself or you have a small team and you're excited, you got this idea and you want to move fast, so you're willing to pay. But you gotta be careful with how much, and also every single month, this is just my opinion now, every single month, look at your expenses, and if you have those recurring payments, see, does that subscription still serve you, right? So example is I was using Midjourney. Midjourney is a paid version. It was like one of the best at first for AI art. And it's $10 a month. And I was paying for it. Even in the months I didn't really have a lot of time to do AI art, I still was paying for it. But all these free versions was out, and I wasn't doing anything. So just like say, look at it, look at your bills every month, and these all of the different tools are not equal. So that's why we tell you, we try to tell you, hey, this is a good one. This isn't. There's so many image generators. For this one to be free, right, or less than $8, and to give you such that, I wouldn't say is a reason to look for other ones too much more. If you're a beginner, right, and mostly in the beginning, you are. Okay, now we'll get into. So that was the image one. Now we're going to get into the crux of. We'll spend about 15 to 20 minutes on this, which is the music. A lot of people don't know about generative AI music. Most people are know very little even about ChatGPT or the large language models. But I think that each piece of the generative AI space is powerful, and when you combine those pieces, it's kind of like Megatron or Voltron or whichever cartoon from the 90s you want to use /80s, because all those powers to combine will allow you, and your human ingenuity and human innovation will allow you to take it to the next level. So y'all saw the website sunno.ai. So first we'll talk about the cost. You get to use this for free, right? So when you go on to your own and you log in, now I say for free, I'll say that a lot, but we all know free ain't free. If you're using it for free, then that means that you are the product, right? So disclaimer, whether you sign up with Google or you sign up with your whatever email, they get your email address, you get to use their product. They get your data, your whatever they need from your email address, and then you get to use their product. So that's just a disclaimer. But you won't have to pay any actual money for the beta version, and then you can upgrade. So with the free quote unquote version for Sunno, you get about, I think you get 20 credits a day. And it might be 50. I think you get 50 credits a day for free. As you see, I have 2,700 credits. That's $10 a month. So, and you get 2,500 credits for per month when you pay. So you say, okay, well, how much does it take for you to create a song? How many credits? So we're going to do a live song to show it off. On the side here, you have the Explore, Create, and then Library. Explore are just all the different songs that people have made. And then the Library are all of the different songs that I've made. So there are, I don't know how many pages, definitely more than 10 songs that I've made. As you can see, there's also in different languages. 50 different languages you can make songs in. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to go over how to make a song, and we're also going to go over some possible use cases for these songs. I'll stop there. Any questions so far? Okay. We'll go to create. So now we're in the create. So you're going to be using version 3. So if you click down here in this drop down, you got version 2, version 3. You want version 3. It's just better. It's the better version. They fix things. It sounds more realistic, sounds more human-like, all that. The first button up here is custom mode. Okay. So with custom mode, it allows you to actually put your own lyrics in, your own style of music, put your own title. So it gives you a chance to customize the experience a little more. The regular way without doing that is you can just kind of say what type of song that you want, and it'll take care of everything. So we're going to do that. But like I said, I've made so many songs. Somebody give me a song description that they want, and I'll put it in. Corey, give me, okay, Tasha, I see your mute's off.
If he has something, he can go ahead.
I truly didn't. I'm going to defer to somebody else, but I really can't.
Okay, I'll help you out then, Corey. So right now, so you have your trucking business, right?
Correct.
So I guess I'll go with, between trucking, real estate, and appraising, which business do you feel like you need to get clients for?
Clients will be appraisals.
Appraisals, okay? So we're going to
Yeah.
do a song. So that's the one we're going to go because we're going to use this from a marketing standpoint. So we're going to do that appraisal. We're going to do the appraisal business. So then, what genre song do you? What's your favorite genre of song?
R&B.
R&B. All right, we got R&B and appraisals. And give me the number one pain point for your target audience with appraisals.
Quick turnaround.
Quick turnaround. Boom. So a promotional. You have what's the name of the appraisal company?
Oh, the company I'm working for now is Forneret,
How you
Forneret and
spell it?
Associates. FOURNERETTE.
FO. So is it two words or one word?
It's us Forneret and Associates, but
Okay.
F,
Okay, got it. Forner and
yeah.
Associates. Okay. FORNERETT.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
FOURNERETTE. Yes, sir.
Okay, got you. A promotional song about appraisals. Appraisals. That's part appraisals. Is that right? Um promotional. We're gonna put funny.
Hmm.
Is a quick quick turnarounds. Okay. And that's it. That's all we're gonna put in. And we're gonna see what we get. So as you see at the bottom here, there's two going at the same time. So it always is going to give you two versions. And I forgot to put the four in the red in there, but y'all get the point of this one. Something for this, like something like that one, I actually would do the more of a customized version. So we'll see how we get with this, and then we'll do a customized. While it's thinking, also you can click on and off for your instrumental, right? So like, for example, I have a client, he is a physician, and he does a physician model called DPC, direct primary care. So in that, he has a radio show. So he's used this Sunno AI to help him with his intro and his extro from the radio show. He wanted a smooth jazz instrumental, and it worked out great for him, and it was like super fast. So that's like an example. Let's listen to the song. They don't know what to do with that old guitar. Got some jewelry lying around collecting dust. Well, I got the solution, it'll take you far. Are y'all able to hear?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good.
Bring it to
me and I'll give you a fair appraisal. Just try. Quick turnaround, quick turnaround. Get your stuff appraised, no need to frown. Quick turnaround, quick turnaround. You won't believe the value I found. Ooh, yeah. An antique watch. All right, so that's not quite the type of appraisal he was referring to. However, it did what we asked from an appraisal standpoint. Let's listen to the second one, because we got two. Scroll. Okay, we gotta go back to the library then. All right, so that was the first one, quick turnaround. Let's hear the second version, quick turnaround. I don't know what to do with that guitar. Got some jewelry. Don't know what to do with that guitar. Got some jewelry lying around collecting dust. Well, I got the solution, it'll take you far. Bring it to me and I'll give you a fair appraisal. Just trust. Turn around.
It's just stuff from praise, no need to frown. Turn around, quick, turn around.
All right. So of course you can put your name in there too, and it'll be able to do it. So I'll stop there for questions before we go into custom mode and then a new song.
No question, but that's cool. That's very cool.
So what I will say is from that quick turnaround piece, one, like putting the name in there, and then two, saying the type of real estate is. I will say I don't really do, I always do custom mode. So that's on me, user error, because I probably should have put that stuff in there. But the reason why I do custom mode is I know exactly what I want, like as far as the words to be. I don't like it to be by chance. So now I'll show you how I do this custom mode piece. And let's use Orlando. If you could be our, we'll pick a song of your choice.
All right, so let's go. All right, so let's go.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, can you hear me? Okay. I actually have a GPT called Lyric Maestro. Okay. So what GPT, I just made it up. You don't necessarily have to make one up, but with this second one, when we make our custom, you got to enter your own lyrics, right? I don't know how to make lyrics. So I created a GPT that will create songs. All I have to do is just say what I want in the song, and then it'll create everything that I need. So Orlando, what is your vision? What do you want? And then the Lyric Maestro will make it for you.
All right, so we want, let's just keep it on my company, the one that I have that's operating now, not the vision. Actually, you know what? Let's do the visionary.
Okay.
So we want to put the HBCU Premier League.
Okay.
Actually, scratch that. Let's go back.
Sure.
I'm going to, let's do one that I have a nice couple of jingles to. So for KRSB Network.
Okay.
And I want the jingle to say mobile media sports broadcasting.
You said you want the jingle
mobile media sports broadcasting.
Mobile media sports broadcasting. Okay.
Anytime, any place, any play.
Any place, any play.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Okay, cool. Now I can say, please make a song for me out of that. Pop rock, anytime, any play.
No, not no pop rock. No
pop rock. We'll change it.
I'll lose my audience real quickly.
What's the genre?
It's HBCU, so it's generational. So for that, I would say instrumental, upbeat R&B type song. I don't know, Frankie Beverly type.
Yeah, upbeat. R&B,
80s R&B, 80s R&B dance.
Okay.
Shout out to Frankie Beverly, man. You my kind of guy, man.
Yeah, yeah, like 80s R&B dance. With
I don't want to show my age, but
inspirations.
Look, I'll show mine, and I'm a fan. So
Frankie Beverly and got to put that maze in there before I let go. All right, let's see what we get. Game on anywhere. But we want the, so now I will say that with this thing, it's doing a full song, right? So it's going to.
That's cool. That's cool. I just want to see what it's doing.
Cool. All right. So we got verse, chorus, verse 2, bridge, and chorus. So verse 1, chorus, verse 2, are you good with?
All right, I got like that. Love the chorus.
Right. So we're actually just going to take verse 1. Well, you want to take verse 1, verse 2, and the chorus.
All right, that works.
We're going to put them in the Sunno AI. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to we gotta link them together. So you can't put all 5 in there. It's going to cut it off. So what you do is you put some of it, like we'll put verse 1, verse 2 in the chorus, and then in the next one we'll do the bridge in the chorus, and then we'll be able to link them together. So I'll show y'all how that actually works here. I'll put this in. So that's the custom lyrics, exactly what it's supposed to say. Style of music, we're just going back to ChatGPT. I forgot what it was. 80s R&B dance. So we're just gonna copy that. Put it back in the Sunno. Close that up. And then title is Game On Anywhere. And then create. So we should get 2. There you go. There's the 2. And then while that's going, you could be doing something else. Whatever you wanted to do while it's kind of doing that. It looks like they've decreased it. So now each song gives you is 5 credits. So when it does it, it's 10 credits. So yeah, I think you get 50 credits a day. So you're able to make like 10 songs a day, unless you get the paid version. The reason why I got the paid version though was not because I wanted more credits. The reason why I got the paid version was because when you get the paid version, then you can use you have the rights to all the songs. I'll say that again. You do not have commercial rights on the free version. So because I wanted the commercial rights to the song, I get the paid version and it's $10 a month. Or if you pay annually, it's $8 a year. $8 a month, but you pay for the year. That's important. All right, let's listen to the song. Do this again.
Jeff, I can't hear, but what I hear sounds like I'm at church.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
I sound like I'm in church though.
Okay, hold on. Let me. I don't know how to get this thing to be able to play the music so y'all can hear it. So none of y'all can hear it. So you couldn't hear it either time.
It sounded like a church song to me from what I can hear.
It faded in and out, but it definitely sounded gospel.
All right. I didn't get to
but I liked it.
The second
yeah,
part.
nothing wrong with gospel, but that's not. I'm segregated part of my audience.
I was feeling the vibe. Let's go ahead and do the next one.
It's still a little faded, Jeff. I'm not sure if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it sounds faded, for sure, but it kind of got a. I don't know if you guys agree, like a Janet feel.
That one did.
So yeah, like a little, that sounded like Janet. Love will not be without you. Like true 80s.
Yep.
I was thinking In Vogue, but Janet for sure.
Yeah. So that's what that one was. But so y'all can't really hear it, but when you play it with yourself, you'll be able to hear it. The things that I will say though, like for instance, with this song right here, this version, and this happens sometimes, the words that it's supposed to say and then what's actually being said don't match up. So you gotta watch for that to make sure it is what it's saying it is. Because it can just make noise that sounds like words, and it'll do that because it's generative AI. So it'll make noise that sounds like words, and you're like, that's not really saying nothing.
Now let me ask you this: can we upload? So if I wanted to redo a jingle that I have currently, Could I upload that jingle and ask it to?
Nope. Nope,
Okay.
not yet. Not yet. The best way, not on this tool. I don't really know of any that you can upload a song and it'll tell you, as of right now, it'll tell you like the style of it.
Right.
But this tool right here, no uploading and stuff, just downloading. And you have to be also very careful with when you do create your own lyrics. There's a disclaimer on there because they won't take care of your copyright. If you get caught for copyright, they only take care of it if it's like from the music portion, but if it's from a lyric portion, then you're going your own. So be careful with the actual lyrics that you put in when you create your own. So yeah, I will figure out a way to make sure that in the future broadcast that you'll be able to hear it. But that's how you would do it. And I wanted to kind of link them together so you can see how that works too. So 1 second. Once you found a version that you liked, whether it be the Game On Anywhere or this one, then when you click on it, there is this down here. So you can download it if you want, the audio or the video. When you download the video, then it's going to have the AI art automatically on it. So that's just part of the video, and it'll have the words playing. I think you guys probably seen on my YouTube channel. That's how it comes up when you download the video. If you download the audio by itself, it'll just give you an audio file. That's really good that you can put on social media or whatever to play in the background while it could be like a voiceover with the music. Now, right here you have remix. So you can remix the song too. It'll create just a new version or continue from this song. So the continue from this song is when you can now attach the rest of the song to it. So you would create, like if we were trying to finish it up, we would, because we only did the title, chorus, and verse. You would take the bridge and the chorus, and then you would put it back in there, and then that's how you would tie them together with that option of continue from this song, right? So you continue from this song, and then you can put the other, like you see right here, now you have this there. So now you would put in the rest of it. And then once you hit play, it would continue it. Anybody have any questions on that? No? Okay. Well, that's essentially it with Sunno. I would say a little bit more on it, but if y'all can't really hear it, then we could go over some other stuff that would be probably more beneficial to y'all. But I really just want to make sure that you all saw the functionality. This is a free tool, and you can use it like immediately, play around with it, and get songs. You just can't monetize those songs unless you pay for the paid version. I highly recommend knowing how to use this tool. I can't see it not coming in handy. So now let's talk about use cases of this. So I'm going to go back to, I'm just going to stop my share for a second. And I want each one of you guys to tell me, what do you feel like you could use that for? So we'll start with Tasha. Tasha, what do you feel like you could use it? What do you feel like you could use it?
I think I can definitely use it for the financial literacy aspect, to get kids more engaged in it. So think about like high school students, and younger children.
Yes, I love it. Financial literacy kids, jingles, those songs will get stuck in your head. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Corey, what do you think you could use it for?
Exactly what you use as an example. Definitely for the appraisals, and especially with the market being the way it is, some people are iffy every which way, whether it be a realtor, whether it be a lender, or whatever the case may be. Having this for my side of it, like you said, it makes those things memorable. Like everybody knows the JG Wentworth one. I mean, you can't forget it if you wanted to. So at this point, I'm sorry, getting a spam call. At this point, that's exactly what it'd be used for.
Okay, love it. And then Orlando, what would you use it for?
Echo on the same, but as far as marketing, my biggest thing now is how do I get engagement from prospective sponsors in getting them on board. The hardest thing is, what do we do? Like we're not television, and that's, I get tired of saying it, and I don't know why I'm tired, because that's part of my marketing idea, is that we're not television, we're mobile media, and that's the key to what we do, is the availability of broadcast anywhere, any place.
That's right. Awesome. Cool. All right. Next that I wanted to go over was Claude. Wanted to get into that. So I am going to share my screen, and we're going to jump right into what's up with this Claude person you keep talking. All right. So does anybody know what Claude AI is? Anybody want to give a quick overview of what they know about Claude? Anybody know anything about Claude that I'm pulling
All I
up?
know is that that's my grandfather's name. About it.
Okay. What's up for Corey? Claude is his grandfather's name. Tasha, do you know anything about Claude?
Not really, just that it's kind of like ChatGPT and Gemini, I guess.
Okay.
Or is it?
All right.
Yeah.
And then Orlando, do you know anything about Claude?
Only what you put on the
Okay.
on the site and the page.
Gotcha.
I'm GPT loyal for now.
All right. And you should be. But I think that you should also be in the know of the other tools. All right. So let's go. This is Claude. I'll give you a quick history just so you can understand like where it came from. So the founder of, so first, it is a large language model. It is on the same level as ChatGPT 4 paid version and in Google's Gemini. Okay, so large language model. So when you hear large language model, you immediately think generative AI. You think team of experts who are assisting me with the IQ of 150, right? Because that's part of the 3 core lessons. And yeah, so that's what you that's the category is. History of it. So the founder of Anthropic is the company. So Claude is the model. That's the name of it. But the company is Anthropic. And Anthropic was founded by the co-founder of OpenAI. So somebody who was with OpenAI, who made ChatGPT. I forget his name. He created Claude with some other people from OpenAI because their sole reason is around the safety of AI. OpenAI, they started getting more towards profit and started getting more towards focusing on AGI. So AGI is artificial general intelligence. So a quick note on that: artificial intelligence and artificial general intelligence are two different things. Artificial general intelligence (AGI) is when the robots think on their own, and we are coming very close to that reality. Very close. So that is scary because if the robots is thinking on their own, or I say robots, but with the artificial intelligence is no longer, they call it the control problem. Like we know we won't control them anymore, then who knows what the incentives will be or what they're going to want to do. So that's what Claude exists. That's why this whole company exists, is to make sure that we're doing that safely as much as possible, and that it's focused more on the safety of AI. So that's why it exists. So that's the history of it. Now let's talk about the money. So OpenAI, ChatGPT, they have like, I think you're up to $13 billion invested from Microsoft. Now, that investment money, when you hear those things, it's not actual dollars they're investing, it's compute power. That is going to be like the new currency, is like how all these types of AI models, how they operate. It's the compute power. So $13 billion, but that's really what it was invested from that. Amazon now have invested, I think we're up to 5 billion with Claude. So they're partnered with them, and Google, they were like the number one. They started it, so I don't even know how many billions they've invested into their AI stuff. So recently, over the past, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that 2 weeks is when Claude 3, 2 or 3 weeks is when Claude 3 came out. So, each one of these large language models, they get better over time and they have different versions. So GPT-4, because there was a GPT-1, And when GPT-5 comes out, it's going to be that much better than GPT-4. And Claude, similar way. So now we're on Claude 3. So Claude 2 was already very good with summarizing text. That was the reason why I used to teach it, because I always would teach ChatGPT because it was the best. But there was just some other things that it could do a little bit better. And that's one of the things that it did, was summarizing text. So if you think about whether it be an article or research paper or whatever, you could just throw that in here and it'll summarize it really well. It'll summarize it better than GPT-4, okay? So now with Claude 3, these are the things that Claude does better, in my opinion, than ChatGPT 4, paid version. The first thing it does better is the vision capabilities. So this model can see better. Both can see though, okay? So ChatGPT, both, and then the paid model for Claude is $20 a month, the same as OpenAI. I don't think that you have to necessarily pay for Claude 3 because the free version will let you do this stuff too. There's only one thing that the free version for Claude can't do, and I'll let you know when we get to that point. But the paid version, I mean the free version of Claude has better vision than the paid version of ChatGPT. It's just that vision feature is strong. That's one good thing. Now, ChatGPT can still see. So when I say that, what do I mean the vision capabilities, Natasha? So if I say the vision capability is better, what do I mean by that?
So if you were to take like a screenshot of like a website or something that you were looking at online and putting that in, it's able to kind of like decipher that information.
It can see all the information. Yep. So that's what I mean by that. Both ChatGPT and Claude have that ability to where whether it's a PDF or a JPEG or any type of picture, screenshot, it'll be able to see. But and I mean like even teeny tiny pictures. But Claude, and this is where it really does well, is like scientific diagrams specifically, right? So if you put a scientific diagram or like a diagram with a whole bunch of points in Claude versus a diagram in ChatGPT, Claude will be a little bit better with that. But both can see them. So that's one thing. The other thing that that Claude does outside, so it's one is the vision, the second is the long text. I'm gonna go a little step further with the long text though. So there is a benchmark called needle in a haystack benchmark. So let's talk about use case. So all of us on here are either have written or are going to write books. So books, courses, either we've written them or we're going to. And in doing that, especially using this AI technology, you're going to be going back and forth with it, trying to figure out what's the best version that you want to use and make it your own words and your own tone. I will say the needle in a haystack test is if you put like a sentence that didn't make any sense within the body of work and you give it to Claude versus you give it to ChatGPT, Claude's going to catch it out. It's going to pick out that sentence 99% of the time. ChatGPT will pick it out like 60% of the time. And that's because every time you put all the text in there for Claude, it reads every single word. That's not how ChatGPT works. When you put long text in there for ChatGPT, what it does is it reads the top really well and it reads the bottom really well, and then it summarizes the middle. But Claude does not do that. When you put it in Claude, it reads every single thing. So that is something to know, because if you need to know every single piece of what's in this document, you would rather use Claude for that as opposed to ChatGPT. I'll stop there because that's a pretty big use case. Any questions on that? Okay, I'll keep going. So the next thing then for the difference between Claude and ChatGPT, now this is the paid perk because everything else I said was the free things, but now it's the paid version. So Opus, right? So with Claude, there are 3 different models you can choose from. When you look at ChatGPT, and we're not getting into the GPTs right now, but when you look at regular ChatGPT and you click here, you have GPT-4 or 3.5. When you go to Claude, you also have options on which models you want to choose from. So let's say, for example, so right here, I have Claude Opus, we have Sonnet, and then we have Haiku. So I'm going to go over what each 3 of these ones are. The Sonnet is the free version, but it, like I'll say it again, it is very strong. So you can just test it out and you will see pretty good responses with it. It's not, the Sonnet is not as strong as GPT-4, but it's close enough to where it's still a team of experts. Haiku, not so much. Haiku is probably on the level of 3.5. And then Opus is the strongest one, which some papers have said is actually stronger than ChatGPT-4, but they're really like neck and neck as far as their strategy and reasoning. That's Opus. So Opus still with the vision, still can see it really well, and it's the needle in the haystack. It could get all the text. But the other thing that's great about Opus is it has that higher level of reasoning capability like GPT-4 has. And it works, just like I said, a little bit different than ChatGPT. So what's a good practice is kind of running your prompts through both and then kind of seeing what works better. For me, I like to use Claude. I like to use Claude more now for giving my recaps after I do a session, right? So if I have a session, and I'll show y'all my workflow, how I use it. I've showed you before, Natasha. I don't know if I showed you, Corey. And I don't think we had time to talk about Orlando, but I use something called, I talked to you all about Otter AI. So that is probably in my opinion, one of the best helpers to large language models because it converts everything into text for you. So you take your transcript from your Otter AI, and once you download it, so I'm going to show you the full workflow. So this is my home screen. So we'll take, for example, let's see. We'll take Tasha. Tasha, can I use your session real quick? As far as to kind of show how to do it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks. So this is the session that I had on April 3rd. When Natasha, she's got the PRISM package, so she has 8 sessions. So then from here, we've all talked. I export it, right? So now the export to the download, and then from there, now I can go into Claude or ChatGPT. Before I would go into ChatGPT and do it. But now, like I said, I've liked the responses a little bit more with Claude. I'll start a new chat. And then just for these guys can see, I'm going to, let's not open it up. There we go. Upload that. And now for lesson number 3, talk to the model. My computer's going slow. I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna want me to talk to it. Okay. Can you, so I'm going to just say, this was a session between me, Dr. Jeff, Bullock, and client Tasha. Can you please? And the first thing I do is always say a detailed recap. And then from there, I can say craft the email. And I also like to say, make sure to list all actionable items. Now, I like the actionable items piece because when you're in sessions or talking to somebody, you might say you're going to do something. They might say they're going to do something, but this is going to catch it all. So you can know for sure who's going to do what. I'm going to say that too. Make sure to catch whatever I am supposed to do and what she is supposed to do. And then we push enter. And then it gives you your key points. So this, like I said, because of the needle in the haystack, with it does a very, very good job. I don't have as many errors or have to go back like I did with ChatGPT. It was still good with ChatGPT, but this is better as far as catching everything that I said or everything that she said. And then from here, I could just take this. And what I have been doing is from here, I just been taking it and putting it into ChatGPT to help me create my emails. And that's just because they're the things that make ChatGPT better now. One, custom instructions. Two, the ability to use other GPTs. Three, the fact that I've been using it for a whole year, right? So all those things are the reason why I still would take this, copy it, and then go back into ChatGPT and just have it create my email or go back and forth. So that's my workflow. But you could from here just say, okay, now please craft my email, and it will be able to do that. So that's the workflow that I use, and I recommend anybody who has any type of virtual meetings to use because it just makes your process so much better, and it makes it more consistent because you actually are catching everything. So less likely for human error with that.
May I say something?
Yeah.
So just from me remembering our conversation that we had, this is extremely, extremely detailed. This is really good.
Yeah. That's what I was like,
Let me get that, please.
of course.
Thanks.
So yeah, this is a better. Like I started using this, I was like, yo, this is better. So now let me tell you real quick the things that it can't do, right? So and why you should not, in my opinion, get rid of your ChatGPT subscription. The first thing, like I said, the custom instructions are huge. It does not have DALL-E. You cannot get any pictures. You cannot go online with that. It is extremely restrictive. So, like I told you, the person who made this company, their focus was safety and research. So, if you want anything that seems remotely dangerous, it's gonna be like, I can't help you with that. If you want anything that deals with somebody's personal information, it's gonna say, I can't help you with that. So you think about, okay, well, that makes sense. All right, but if you want to get somebody's email address to do marketing, ChatGPT, you can get that with VoxScript. It'll go ahead and it'll grab it for you. Even if they gave you the email address or say, go on my website, Claude will not. It will not do anything that deals with anybody's personal information. If you put something in there and it has it in there, but like, I can't do it because that's so it's very, I would say the most restrictive of all the models. The least restrictive of all of the large language models is actually Twitter's Grok, Elon Musk's model. You can ask it, how do I make meth? And it'll tell you how to do that. The other models will not do that. So that's just from a level of restrictiveness to not restrictive at all to extremely restrictive. Claude is the most restrictive. Yeah, the not being good on the internet, not being able to have pictures, and then not being able to do custom instructions, those are deal breakers for me because those three things every time I'm using it, I'm using that stuff. So still very helpful tool. I pay for the paid version, one, because I coach people how to use it, and two, because I like it does make some things faster. I do a lot of courses for myself and clients. Claude is better with doing the courses, like I said, with the books and stuff too. It's good with the long text, so it's a little better for those projects. But there's a lot of other projects that GPTs are stronger for, many others. And the truth of the matter is, I believe OpenAI is the future. So I feel like knowing how to use their stuff, they keep coming up with new innovative tools like every month almost. So that's my recommendations on that. All right, well, we're coming up on end time here. It's 1 o'clock. Anybody have any comments?
I have one question. I know we were talking about how Claude is good with like the vision aspect. So like I like to write a lot of notes by hand. So I can upload those in and have it put it in. Okay, cool.
It's better for that.
Thank you.
It's definitely better for that.
Okay.
It might be worth it for you to get the paid version, but don't do it first. Try free, and then if you hit your limit. Because I will say the only reason to get the paid version is really if you hit your limit, because you have a small limit with the free version. So if you keep on hitting your limit, then you might want to get the paid.
Okay.
Or if you want to do long text stuff, because that'll use up your limit quicker if you're doing a whole bunch of long text.
Okay, thank you.
Corey or Orlando, any questions?
Yeah, you got me stuck on this this app I done already made while you were talking.
Which one?
This this music app.
Uno. Okay, so now I'm gonna owe you another Saturday.
Yeah, I've already made six versions. Like the first one I did was nice, but it was more. I don't know if you won't be able to hear it because I'm
But
speaking
you
to
know
you through
what?
my phone.
Put it in the group. When you're finished with your final version, put it in the school.com group, and then we'll all be able to enjoy it, and we can give you our feedback if you're interested in it.
I'm actually impressed because I told it what I wanted to tell you. I just went and pulled. So for this other idea that I have that I'm working on, and I've already did the pitch board and everything else and the jingles. So I have redefining excellence, the HBCU Premier League. A new era of collegiate sports begins here, and I dropped that into the Sunno, and it. I'm actually amazed at
Okay,
what it did.
that's good.
And I don't know whose voice they're using. If this is all AI,
It is all AI.
yeah,
All
this sounds a lot like Amel LaRue.
it's all
A
AI.
lot like Amel LaRue, because all I told it was a soulful jingle, and it went crazy.
Awesome. I definitely want once you finish it, please put the
Shame on you, Jeff. Shame on you.
School.com. Okay, thank you.
Shame on you.
Corey, any last questions?
I'm a fan of Claude, and of course my grandfather, but this right here, I'm a fan of.
Okay,
I'm a fan
cool.
of this.
I'm glad everybody got something. Everybody got something to use. So I do these mastermind sessions every other Tuesday, 12 o'clock. If you want personal one-on-one coaching, please contract PRISM Services. You can shoot me a message, or you can go on the website, or lots of ways to sign up if you want to do that, and you'll get one-on-one services to help you reach your goals. Thank you so much. This was really, really fun. I love doing this. This AI age, it is something special. There is no reason for us to not reach our goals, especially now that we have these tools, whether they are professional goals or personal goals, right? I'm gonna do a session where we just talk 100% non-money making stuff, because this AI stuff has transformed my personal life as well, allowed me to be more efficient, which in turn will allow me to be more available for my family, because my mind is freed up because other life stuff that happened got taken care of. And so it's not all about money too. All right. Thank y'all so much. I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a blessed week.
Thank you. Everybody have a good week.
Bye-bye.